Finally, The Rock has come back to WWPWW.
Thanks, Rock, for coming in today. We really appreciate it. You can go ahead and tell them, you haven't been doing much since you've left the WWE. What have you been doing?
Just hosting SNL for the 5th time in front of the millions. Of The Rock's fans.
Awesome.
Don't get me started, because if I talk like that, it gets infectious, and I'll keep doing it.
Well, it's not like we have a whole lot to talk about. Yes, we do.
We have a lot to talk about. We can't dilly-dally on this episode too much.
All right, enough dillying and enough dallying. Do you have anything before we go into the news?
No, sir. Jump right in. Breaking news.
No, it's not very breaking. I get it online.
Yeah.
So it's not my news. I'm not in the news business. But one of the things I heard and read and wanted to get your thoughts on is Chris Jericho's solution to help 205 Live. Have you heard about it?
I have not.
He believes that what needs to happen is for WWE to send Enzo over.
Huh.
To turn the brand around. What are your thoughts?
I think that would be very interesting. I think that could definitely work. I think that could help out for sure. I also feel like Kalisto too.
Yeah.
I feel like both of those guys going over there would help it out.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of guys need to go over there. With what happened in NXT this weekend, I could see what happened boil over into 205 Live. We won't get into that right now because I don't want to do a spoiler thing because we're going to talk about NXT TakeOver Chicago. I think it's interesting because I think Chris is coming from a standpoint. He likes both Enzo and Cass, but I think he sees Cass. Just listening to the podcast with Cass, I think he sees Cass as a main eventer, and I don't disagree. I think Cass has the chops to actually have a run in the WWE. I think his wrestling is very adequate, if not better than some of the other individuals he's wrestling. To send Enzo over would be interesting. I don't know if I agree with it. I kind of want to see Enzo and Cass at least have the belts once and then send Enzo over. Not necessarily break them up in a bad breakup, but
keep them as stable, but have them not necessarily be a tag team all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so I could see Enzo go over there. I just don't know. It's an interesting thought. Chris Jericho's thought.
Cool.
So there's that. Second piece of news I have today is we actually have clarification on the women's tournament. It will be called the Mae Young Classic, and it will be, I don't know if it will be taped or if it'll be actually shown on the network July 13th and 14th, but we have a name, Mae Young Classic. Caleb, what are your thoughts about this?
Great name. I think that's a cool, maybe they can, maybe the trophy or, whatever can be the, Fabulous Moolah Memorial Trophy or something like that, It'd be kind of neat. But yeah, I think it's a good name, and I'm really excited to see it because I want a couple actually, I want one or two main roster gals to be in it, and I want the, and then I think it would be cool to have, some NXT girls in it, and then get some. I'm sure that they'll get some freelance women and some women on the indies and stuff like that to come into it. So.
Yeah, I haven't heard a full list of ladies in the tournament. My guess is that what they'll do is similar to the cruiserweights, is they'll have NXT talent in with indie talent and talent they've signed to actually be in NXT. I don't think they'll have any women's actually from from WWE proper, if you will. I don't think they'll have any of those girls in it. I'm trying to think who it was that I saw tweet. Basically, one of the I can't remember if it's the heels or one of the higher ups. Maybe Asuka said, "I can't wait to fight these girls" or something like that. It was really it was Nikki Cross. I can't wait to something like I can't wait to have you guys as my next victim or something really funny like that. Yeah, Mae Young Classic. It's a good name. My first thought was okay, but then reading some tweets and other things, Dave Meltzer's like, at least it's not Stephanie McMahon classic,
Yeah.
which is true. Uh, it does sound like the reason
Or the
why,
Mae Young Classic presented by Stephanie McMahon.
Exactly.
You know.
I think one of the reasons why it is the Mae Young Classic is because apparently Mae Young and Stephanie were really close, and so, but also Mae Young is a staple in women's wrestling. You know, she is a forebearer in that. So I'm excited to see this tournament. I'm excited to see who's in it. I can't wait for them to put out the full thing. So,
Yeah.
Any other thoughts about that?
No.
All right. Another piece of news. Pro Wrestling Sheets has reported that WWE officials are planning to announce a women's match for the upcoming Money in the Bank, the SDL branded pay-per-view. There are no other really solid details about this leak. Basically, what they're saying is that there's going to be an actual women's Money in the Bank match.
Cool.
First ever of their kind. Seeing what happened on SmackDown Live, what do you think about the possibilities of having a women's Money in the Bank?
I think it'd be awesome to see. You know, I think like you and I talked about how cool it would be if at the Royal Rumble they started having a women's Rumble. Even though, you know, like it'd probably have to be smaller because, you know, it'd probably have to be 20 or something like that. You know, it'd probably have to be, you know, because that'd be really cool. You know, get the gals, you know, have their own Royal Rumble match would be really cool, and then have them have their own Money in the Bank ladder match. You know, that's a great idea, and I think it will be really, really cool. You know, if that happens, that'd be really, really awesome.
Yeah, it's long overdue. I think they should have done that in the beginning. But now with the women's revolution in WWE, this is a great time to do it. They have, I mean, with the tournament coming up, the classic coming up, and all the women in NXT, I'm super excited. NXT has some of the best indie talent that I've seen in a while. I know the ladies who are there now, they do a serviceable job, but when you go and see what Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross and even Asuka and some of the other ladies who they've just procured do in the indies, it's amazing. And so I'm super excited about it. But as far as the Money in the Bank, it needs to happen. I don't know what's going to happen because of what happened on SmackDown Live, if there's going to be like a no contest at next week, because it'd be kind of fun to just have a no contest and be like, all right, we're going to settle this at Money in the Bank. You guys are gonna wrestle for this.
Mm-hmm.
Either which way, whatever happens, I'm looking forward to this. There are other rumors that I saw before I got here that possibly that's the Money in the Bank is possibly when Lana will make her debut, and possibly Summer Rae. It's just some theories.
Was Summer Rae like hurt, or was she?
She was cleared right before WrestleMania.
Okay.
And so she had been hurt for a while.
Yeah, I know that she. So you think maybe that they got something in the pipeline planned for her, so they're kind of holding back, bringing her back?
Yeah, because I think what'll happen is they will have a women's match. They'll have a championship match at Money in the Bank. Then they'll have the Money in the Bank women's match to see who gets to be the Money in the Bank women's side. And so the theory is that Summer Rae and Lana will join that match. So we'll see what happens. Any other thoughts about that?
Mm.
All right. The last bit of news that I have is that apparently the WWE does not want the Broken Hardy gimmick. At least that's what Impact Wrestling president Ed Nordholm has recently indicated to the media. He goes on to say that there is no doubt, or in his words, it is unquestionable that Impact Wrestling owns said gimmick. With that being said, Rebby Hardy, Matt's wife, and co-creator of all things Broken Hardy, has come out on Twitter saying, guys, giving an interview to your own network while lying through your teeth is now considered news. Laughing face, laughing face, laughing face. Caleb, what are your thoughts on this new news?
Just seems like it's further proof that it's good that the Hardys got out of there. It's good that they're back home where they belong, and that they're out of that, you know, ever-burning dumpster fire that has been TNA for the past 10 years or whatever. Yeah, I don't have any reason to distrust Matt's wife or anything, but I've heard some things about TNA, Impact, whatever, when under both banners, when they were called either one. It kind of, make me suspicious, so.
Yeah, here's the thing. I believe Matt and his wife created the gimmick. And I believe, for personally, I believe it's their gimmick. And so, from what...
It's their intellectual property.
Yeah, it's their intellectual property. And so, in my opinion, he should, and it's my opinion, he should be able to use whatever gimmick he wants. However, this is the land of wrestling where you wrestle for one company with one gimmick, and if you don't trademark that gimmick, you have a harder time taking that gimmick somewhere else. So, it's crazy and it's stupid. But if Impact Wrestling is right, then Matt has no bearing on this intellectual property. However, if this goes to court, it is an interesting case. I think it'll make a lot of the guys who created their own gimmick, like Cody Rhodes. That should be his name, but he can't go by it because of litigation and such. It'll make those guys a little bit easier to keep their monikers and to keep their quote unquote identity in the ring. So I don't know why WWE is helping them, because one report earlier on said that WWE was giving the Hardys their lawyers, essentially helping them with stuff, not necessarily to get the gimmick, but for Matt to keep the gimmick. Might have been part of their contract or something. So yeah, it's an interesting case. I look forward to seeing how it turns out. If it doesn't work, I'm sure Matt's a pretty creative dude. I think he'll come up with something else.
Yeah, I'm sure he can come up with something that's broken adjacent.
Yeah,
something that's comparable. That's the WWE version,
Yeah, and even though it sucks, they can come up with something better. Let that go aside. Forget it. This is what you used to be. Let's come up with something different. Maybe, like you said, maybe something adjacent, or just something totally crazier. We'll see what happens. That's the last bit of news. I think you said you had something you wanted to talk about.
Yeah. I want to put out an APB for American Alpha, because they have not been spotted since the SmackDown Live after WrestleMania. What's going on? I just realized that last night. I was just like, man, the fashion police, these guys. Wait a minute, where's American Alpha? They've been missing since the SmackDown after WrestleMania. Yeah, that was just a funny thought I had. I'm just sitting here just like, someone needs to put out an APB, put out a bolo or something on them, because I don't know where they are. I haven't heard anything. I don't know if you have or anything like that. But yeah, I'm just like, I don't know if they've been on vacation or if they've.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what kind of, if they're doing
I
don't.
Stuff. Yeah, I don't know if both, I don't know if they're either of them are married or anything like that. If they got married and were on honeymoons or they had kids and so they're on paternity leave.
Jordan did just get married a couple months ago, so that's quite possible that he's doing that. I did forget about that. He did just get married. That's a good point. They haven't been seen.
I know. I don't know. Where's American Alpha? I miss American Alpha.
Part of me wonders two things. One, they're waiting for New Day to be physically able to, Kofi being physically able to wrestle, to do more with it. But two, it is a nice change of pace that they pulled back and just, we just see the Usos, we just see Breezango in a feud. Because, last couple of months it's just been, let's throw all of the tag teams in at the same time and not worry about it. But it is a nice change of pace. I actually enjoy SmackDown when it's, if there was two tag teams, like there was two tag team matches per se, but if there were, just a couple tag team matches and not just everybody rushed to the ring type thing.
Yeah.
But you're right. Part of it is the New Day thing. Part of it is...
Cool.
I don't know.
Well, let's get cracking with the knacking. And jump right into NXT TakeOver Chicago, as Elwood Blues would say. You ready to talk about this?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, first match we had on the card, we'll do the switcheroo. We'll go back and forth like we always do.
But you go ahead.
First match, we had Roderick Strong versus Eric Young in a singles match. Timing in at 13 minutes 45 seconds.
I didn't know that one.
Jeremy, what'd you think of the opening match?
I thought it was fine. I know a lot of people didn't like it. Like I listened to a couple people who were like, "Oh, this is the weakest one on the on the roster," and I'm like, I don't know that any of these were weak, and this one definitely wasn't as weak as they said.
It wasn't weak. Like
No.
I think it was probably the least good.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and I'm not saying it's not good because it was good. I enjoyed
It's
it
at
too.
least a 3-star match. I mean,
yeah,
it was a good match, a good time. But yeah, a lot of people were just kind of dogging it for being what it is, and I'm looking for big things to happen with Roderick. I don't know if you saw the Roderick Itami match. Okay, it was on NXT the week before to.
Yeah, I've been meaning to, because you told me about it. I've been meaning to watch it, and I just keep forgetting to.
It was really good, and so that match and this match makes me. I want to see more of Roderick. I want to see more of Itami. I want to see more of Young and see what he can do. And so for this match, it was a good match. It wasn't anything that I could remember that was like spectacular, but I enjoyed it. What about you?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. Yeah, I'm surprised that people thought that it wasn't, that we're dogging it hard or whatever. Like, I thought it was fine. Like, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good opener for what was an absolutely spectacular wrestling event. I thought it was really good. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
All right, second match we got is Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate for the UK, or WWE United Kingdom Championship. Caleb, what were your thoughts about this match?
I honestly think this was my favorite match of the night. Or it at least comes very, very close. When we talked about the UK tournament, both these guys were amazing. They supplanted the top babyface and the top heel for their UK scene. And that UK championship, I forget how amazing that belt looks. Like, that is an amazing looking belt. And both these guys are spectacular. This match was amazing. This is definitely on my match list for the top 10 matches of 2017 so far. Here it is. It's 5 months. Yeah. We have almost 5 full months in the books. Yeah. For 2017, it's crazy. And yeah, this is going on that list for sure. Hopefully it doesn't get bumped off because I really, really enjoyed it. Like, I thought it was awesome. I just can't say enough about it. Just go watch it. What about you?
Yeah, it was an amazing match. And after I watched this match, I put it as my number one. And then as the night went on, I was like, okay, it was good, but it wasn't. I can't remember. I think I have the triple threat with Authors of Pain, DIY, and the Revival from the last TakeOver that I put at my number one because I just thought that was an amazing storytelling match, and just everything was beautiful. So I had put Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate for this TakeOver as my number one, and then as the night went on, I was like, no, it's good. So I dropped it down to my number 3. So I think one of these weeks, maybe the first week in June, we'll talk about
best matches so far.
That's our top 10 of a year and a half or half of a year type thing.
Yeah, okay. I think that's a good idea.
Because I've got like 15.
Oh wow, nice.
And there's so many great matches this year.
Maybe we could do that next week or the week after.
Right on.
Really cool.
And so yeah, this match was really, really well done. Storytelling was great. The move sets were good. There wasn't anything to complain that I could think of. I think there was maybe a little bit in the beginning, but nothing unforgivable. So yeah, that's my thoughts about the match.
Cool. So now we have Asuka versus Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross, the Triple Threat NXT Women's Championship match. Jeremy, what'd you think of the match?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot, actually. Ruby Riott looked better than she had the last several matches. Nikki Cross, I'm falling in love with. I love the character. I love she's just crazy. Mm-hmm. She's just insane.
She's just buckets of crazy.
Yeah, she'll do whatever she wants. And finally, we get a match where you see some chinks in Asuka's armor. You see you see that she can be handled, at least by 2 other people, mm-hmm. which is kind of sad because I think they built her up to be a monster. That when they take her over to the main roster, I don't know how they're going to deal with her because there's not a female outside of Charlotte, mm-hmm. and even her, she's not a monster. There's no female on the roster that they have built as strong as Asuka, and so I worry I worry about that.
Yeah, I hope that they build up Charlotte to be a good, build her up more to be a good foe, or maybe they can start doing that with Tamina, since Tamina's kind of been out and stuff like that, and she's a, she's a big muscular gal, so
yeah,
Tamina is, so they can, I'm sure they could definitely work with something there.
Yeah, and so as far as this match goes, I think it's one of the better female matches, one of the better women matches that I've seen in a while. I can't wait to see more of Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross and all of the ladies that they have coming up. So Asuka's 100% ready for the main roster. We need to see her knock down a couple pegs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thoughts. What about you?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. There wasn't a match on this card that I didn't enjoy. I was endlessly entertained, and yeah, this one kept it going, and yeah, it was just really, really good. Like, yeah, I really liked it a lot. I was a little worried because I was worried that it would just be Asuka running through the both of them, but I liked that they teamed up against her and stuff like that. And she kept coming back, but she kept it made her look strong, but it also made her look winded and stuff like that. Like you said, she was showing some cracks in the armor and stuff. So, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really well done.
All right, the next match we have is Bobby Roode versus Hideo Itami for the NXT Championship. Caleb, what were your thoughts about the match?
My thoughts about the match were Hideo Itami can do no wrong. I really, really like Hideo Itami. Yep. I love his theme song. His theme song is so rad. It starts off sounding like a traditional Japanese thing, and then it just goes into this like heavy Black Sabbath type guitar riff. It's super rad. And yeah, that dude, he's awesome. He can just do so much, crazy stuff. And it's funny that he, was doing the GTS and people started chanting CM Punk. It's like CM Punk stole that move from him.
But they are in Chicago.
So yeah, I know. Like it's just like, man, we're in the same state as them, and they're just the worst wrestling fans up there because it's just like, all right, if CM Punk's not there, we're just gonna chant CM Punk the whole time, okay? But CM Punk's never there, so they just chant it the whole time.
But as far as this crowd goes, they were a lot better than the last time they were in Chicago. This crowd, one of the best thing about this NXT was the crowd was on fire. Like, they enjoyed every bit of it. And so because they enjoyed every bit of it, I got into it a little bit more. Yeah, when the GTS stuff was coming up, it's like you said.
Yeah.
Itami invented that move. Yeah. Let's give respect to that person who invented it. So, anyway, sorry, what were you saying?
It's fine. But yeah, I've liked Hideo for a while. I like him a lot. It sucks. I feel bad for the guy that he, got hurt a lot and stuff like that. I feel like his NXT push is finally coming full circle. Mm-hmm. I think he will be the guy to usurp Bobby Roode as NXT. I think he will be the next NXT champion. But yeah, I like Bobby Roode. This sort of, he's like Ric Flair, but to the nth degree.
Yeah, he's both Ric
Flair and Rick Rude. Yeah, he's just, to the nth degree. He's just like this complete egomaniac, and
his character is amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic, glorious Bobby Roode, and that theme song is just, it's just so on point.
Yep.
But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this match a lot. I got invested in it too because I felt for Itami. I wanted Itami to win, and like I said, I'm pretty sure he will be the next guy, the next NXT champion. I really, really hope so too.
Yeah, they did a great job building his character too, because they played, he was hurt twice. He didn't really get his footing in NXT, and now he's back and he's 100%.
So yeah, I loved this match. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was really good. I love that they were taunting each other back and forth. I just really, really enjoyed it. What about you?
My favorite part about this whole match was the end of it. Not in a bad way. The fact that Bobby had to do the glorious DDT twice, and the way he rolled him into the second one was cool looking too. Yeah, it was a slow paced match at times, which is fine. That WWE has a lot of those matches lately. But I agree with you. I hope that Hideo and Rude. I hope he takes the belt from Rude. I don't know. I don't know when Rude will be called up. I don't know if it'll be anytime soon. But I do agree with you. I think Hideo should have the NXT Championship, and I actually personally think Hideo needs to go before Rude.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's been ready for years. He just had the two injuries that kind of delayed him. So yeah, agreed. It was a good match, great ending.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite endings outside of what happened at the last match. All right, so the last match we have is the Authors of Pain, Akam and Razor. Every time I read that, it's Akam Razor. With Paul Ellering versus #DIY.
Is their name supposed to be a play on Occam's Razor?
Yeah.
But it's spelled differently,
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Akam and Razor.
Yeah. I was just like, is that supposed to be a play? Like they're spelled completely differently, but it's just okay.
Yep, it is. I think that's obvious. Anyway, Caleb, what were your thoughts about this match?
Yeah, it was good. I thought it was really good. Yeah, DIY, they're just ridiculous. I mean, they can just do anything. People just love them. Like they just love them beyond logic. Like, and you and I love them too. Like, they're great. Both these guys are fantastic. And they had one of the best matches, last year in the Cruiserweight Championship, against each other. It was awesome. And to see the storyline of that match and then the storyline of what happened after this, was great. But yeah, this was a good match, hard-hitting match, lots of good spots with the ladders. I enjoyed it. What about you?
Yeah, it was a great match. I enjoyed it. There wasn't anything that I hated. I think it made the Authors of Pain look better. I haven't been really high on them. I don't really care for them as much, mostly because I'm a DIY guy.
Yeah, they don't really do much for me either, but I get it. You need the big bad guys. So
yeah. I think they need to work on some stuff, but I think they'll do it. I think they'll come to their own. But the stuff afterwards breaks my heart.
Mhm. Yeah, it was well done. Like,
Well done.
it made you just like, what? But yeah, totally. The DIY is no more.
Moment of silence for DIY.
Yeah.
DIY. It's a silence. Just like, yeah, the end to it all. Ciampa turning on Gargano. I'm glad that they went that way. I want to like Gargano, and I want to hate Ciampa. You know what I mean? I want to hate him so much and like it. From what I understand, Ciampa might be more injured than people are letting on, and so I don't know what's going to happen. At least that's the rumors going around that Ciampa is quite injured. If he was injured, he did a heck of a job.
Yeah.
That night. But yeah, it's a sad day, but I look forward to it because if they use these guys right, if they tell their story before shipping them off to the main roster, which I'm assuming they're going to go to 205 Live. They made a big deal out of their weight a little bit. I think they'll be. I think people will watch 205 Live.
Yeah.
Because of them. Sadly, because 205, I haven't been able to watch 205 Live for a while, so I need to get back on that. Because one of the better feuds right now is the Neville Austin Aries feud. It's really fun. But anyway, it is sad. Sad.
It is. It was, and the fact that they were able to do that, like, to convey so much emotion, to get such an emotional response, and to tell such a great story without any words.
Yeah.
It wasn't like as great as the Festival of Friendship was. They were talking. There was this great big thing, and then the hammer dropped. And with this one, I'm not saying either one is better or worse.
Right.
They're different. They're different. This. This way, they didn't need to say anything, but they just conveyed so much. So yeah, it was really well done.
Yep. And I was wondering how they're gonna do because from what I understand, Ciampa was living with Gargano and his wife, and so Ciampa the other day he posted a picture of his room, all nothing in it. And so it said, "Goodbye, friend." And so, I cried. I teared up. I was like, "Stupid Ciampa! Your friendship is the best! Hate you." I can't wait to see what happens.
You ruined something special.
But those guys, I mean, I think just being a tag team would hold both those guys back because they're so good in the ring without each other that I want to see more from them. Sad day, but it needed to happen.
All right. Well, overall, what would you give NXT TakeOver Chicago out of 5 Broken Skull IPAs?
4.5. It was a very solid show. I really, really enjoyed it. I should just give it a 5 because it was really, really good. 5. I'm gonna give it 5.
Yeah,
It was really good.
I give it a 4.5, man. Just really no complaints at all. Everything was on point. I was never not entertained. Nothing overly like overall. Besides the ladder match and the UK tournament, the UK Championship match, nothing was overly spectacular. Those two were just awesome, But so yeah, that's me. So now we can move on to Backlash. The or Backrash, as I guess some people were saying. I think King Ross brought that up.
Yeah, there are people who really like this pay-per-view, and there are people who really hated this pay-per-view.
Yeah,
and I think they hated it for all the wrong reasons, personally.
It's so divisive. Like, people were just like, I hate it, blah, 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 blah. And some people, I heard them talking about it, and I'm just like, wow, I feel like you're kind of missing the point. Or
Yep.
I feel like, wow, you're just like, are you just so desensitized from watching so much wrestling that you kind of hate wrestling now? Or,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just so much stuff that I've heard about it, and it's like, yeah, like, I personally enjoyed it. We're going to talk about it, or jump right into it, but we'll get right into it, and we'll see if this was a flop or if it was a hit. So, Jeremy, pre-show match. Did you watch the pre-show match?
No, I kept forgetting to do it.
Alright, yeah, I forgot to do it anyway.
It was pretty good.
But Dillinger won, so Ty Dillinger won, so I guess that's all that matters. 10, and
I do want to mention one thing. I do like that his new tiebreaker is to the face and not to the back.
Yeah.
Or to the back, because AJ does that, and it's called
Ujigoroshi.
Yeah, that word, those words, however many words are her. And so I do.
It's one word. It's just a really long word. It's a really long Japanese word.
I do like that it's to the face now.
Yeah.
It's cooler. First of all, and second of all, it's his. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to mention about that.
Cool. So yeah, we have a match that I was surprised was the opening match, but hey, start off things with a bang. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler, as JBL for some reason keeps saying #Fire Bradshaw. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler. Jeremy, what did you think of the opening match of the main card here?
I thought it was serviceable. Definitely a good match. It showed sides of Dolph that we don't see very often. Kind of the technical stuff. Kind of very European. Because there was one moment where he was working on the hand and doing kind of the like Zack Sabre Jr. would do and manipulate the hand and stuff. There's some really good headlocks involved, and so as far as that goes, I thought it was pretty good. There was a weird counter. There was a weird counter of the reverse exploder where Shinsuke went for the reverse exploder and Dolph jumped out of it, and Shinsuke just stayed there. And so I'm like, why didn't he get up? But anyway, kick to the back of the head looked pretty sick though. A lot of false finishes, falls, which were great. Not a lot, and a serviceable amount, a great amount. And then the Kinshasa to the head, to the neck, or to Dolph was really cool looking. So it was a good match, good opening match. I think it set the tone for me. What about you?
I really enjoyed it too. I was surprised so many people were just like, I think that just underperformed. I just didn't feel anything. Like, I liked it a lot. I thought it was really good. I do feel like, I've said this in the past about some matches where it feels like they're holding back. It feels like there's a great match kind of creeping beneath the surface. Like, with two guys like this who are amazing workers, you don't want them to play all the trump cards. You don't want them to show their whole hand now. So, yeah.
And I felt like that's the same statement could be said about every one of these matches.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, yeah.
I mean, it was a good first step into other directions.
Yeah, this is a stepping stone kind of pay-per-view for sure. And, like, I feel like, these two guys are far from done, I think. I hope so anyway, because they're so great together. Great separately, and together they put on some good shows. And I really, really enjoyed it, and it seems like they really enjoy working together. And so, yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. Don't know why so many people are being stingy about it. I totally dug it a lot. So
good opening match.
Okay.
Then we get the fashion files from SmackDown Live, which was weird. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool that they played it again. It was weird, but I was like, I don't care.
Yeah, because anytime you get those two guys together, it doesn't really matter. Play the same thing, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get the Usos versus Breezango for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship. What were your thoughts about this match?
I wanted Breezango to win so bad.
Yep.
They didn't, and I don't know. But that, like, the outcome, stinks because, I think that they deserve a run with the belts. Hopefully they'll get it. Hopefully, but I don't know where they're going with it. They might have something planned. Who knows? But anyways, yeah, I thought it was fantastic that Tyler Breeze came out dressed up as the janitor again, and he had the mop and the thing, and I love that he came out with the mop and he just kept mopping in front of I can't remember if it was Jimmy or Jay that he started out with, but yeah. But he's just mopping in front, and then he would like run at him, and then he just prop the mop up like it was like a spear, or a ninja staff or whatever. Like that was funny, and then I love that he just turns, moves out of the way, and then trips him with the. That was fantastic. Like, yeah. It was a very good comedy match. I thought it was very good. 9 minutes, a lot longer than I thought it would go for sure. But there were some good moments in it. Just because their gimmick is silly and they're really really funny guys. People forget how good wrestlers Fandango and Breeze are. So, but yeah, overall, I reacted positively towards it, though, because the comedy in it was very, very well done and stuff. So, what about you?
Yeah, this was the comedy match of the night, and I'm okay with that, especially when done well. And this was done really well. You have the Usos, who are very, very dark characters right now, very angry and whatnot, and then you have Breezango, which is a comedy act, which is fine. You find those comedy acts in every kind of entertainment thing, and so why not have a really well done comedy actor who can actually wrestle?
Yeah.
And so yeah, I really enjoyed that. My favorite bit was when Breeze was rolling around on the apron. He would roll out of the way of the splash, roll back the other way, and then roll back the other way.
It felt like to me like in one of those moments in Family Guy where they have a really really long drawn out joke just to fill time. It kind of felt like that, and so I just was dying laughing because I was thinking of Peter sitting there.
Yeah.
Like
It's exactly what it was, and I think it was well done. I really really enjoyed that part, and then with Breeze coming back as a whole lady, and then we get "Let's Go Grandma" chants.
Yeah, that was good.
That was really funny. I loved my second favorite thing about the match was when Breeze set up for the supermodel kick, and where he put one of the Usos down and then got out of the way, and the other Uso kicked him in the face. That was cool.
That was.
And so yeah, it was a good match, and both, like you said, both these guys can wrestle. They are funny. Both of them are funny guys, and so you have a hit on your hands. I wish they would have pushed. And I mean, they kind of taken the place of Heath and Rhino, which is sad that now that they're kind of in
meandering over in Raw.
Yeah, I wish they would have kept them on SmackDown. Hopefully they come back to SmackDown because that's
or they find something great to do with them on Raw.
Yeah, because Raw is just such the serious show.
Yeah.
And whereas SmackDown is the show that you can get away with
all
being
kinds of things.
Yeah, you can get away with being silly. You can get away with being crazy and serious and stuff.
Yeah, it's the melting pot of all the different wrestling styles and things, and
that's why it's better.
And Raw is just like and Raw is just like, no, this is where the serious hardcore it's kind of like the DC and Marvel movies.
Yep.
And even though I'm more of a DC guy, like I will admit that the DC movies kind of are taking themselves a little too bit seriously, except for Suicide Squad, which you and me thought was pretty baller. And like, but then we have SmackDown Live, the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Where they're just like, hey, let's do everything. Let's be serious. Let's be funny. Let's do all these things.
Yeah. It's just it's a better show. Yeah. Better acted, better everything.
It is, and so. But yeah, I thought it was funny when he ripped when Jay, or was it Jimmy? It was Jimmy ripped the dress off Tyler Breeze and then balled it up and just bombed JBL right in the face with it. That was pretty funny.
I loved his face afterwards. It wasn't as funny as another face that happens later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
But he was just like, yeah, I hit JBL in the face type thing.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Because he watched it go, and you could still see him watching JBL.
I know, and then like he cracked a smirk, which was pretty funny, and then just like wow, took a dress right to the face. JBL was like, oh, last time that happened, I paid to have it happen to me. He was like, whoa, TMI, John.
Yeah, that was a little. That was off the cuff, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, it was well done.
But yeah. So yeah, all right, cool. So now we have a very surprising match. Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin. Jeremy, what do you think?
It was an okay match. You're right. The best part about it was a surprising match. It was a surprising haluva kick. It was a surprising haluva kick because I put in my notes. I said Sami pulls out the haluva kick out of nowhere. I mean, it just was.
Yeah.
He didn't set it up. He just did it, which was cool looking, and he had to do that in order to win the match. There were a couple other good moves, but as far as storyline, what happens on SmackDown is what I think a lot of people wanted to happen after this match. But I'm glad they saved it for SmackDown to continue the storyline.
Yes.
Yes. He's upset. He's frustrated, but we don't see that until TV, which is where it needed to be. And then we see what happens there. But as far as the match goes, it was serviceable. Nothing too awesome. There was a great spine buster by Corbin, which was really cool. There's several killer clotheslines.
In his deep six, which you and I just love. That move is so cool.
Yeah, his moveset is devastating.
It is. It's really good.
And he doesn't hurt anybody with it, so that's a good thing. That's positive.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts about the match?
I really enjoyed it too. It's just funny how, like, you and I weren't hot on Corbin at all, and then now he's becoming, not necessarily a favorite, but kind of. Like, he's a guy you and I both really like now, like.
We enjoy watching him.
Just like, when we did our Year of the End awards, and we, and I gave it to Braun Strowman, the most improved or whatever, and then you gave it to both Strowman and Corbin. I'm regretting giving it to Strowman now, because I'm just like, I think it should go to Corbin now, because he just keeps getting better and better and better. Like, whereas Braun Strowman is getting better, but not at an accelerated rate that Corbin is, and at the quite enjoyable rate for me, anyways, that Corbin is. And also, Corbin just has a lot better moves, and his moveset is good. I would love to see a feud with Corbin and Strowman. I think that would be pretty killer. But yeah, I really like. I liked it. It was a decent match. You're absolutely right. It was good. I loved the haluva kick out of nowhere. That was pretty rad. And this is a feud that I just have really been enjoying, and I'm enjoying to continue to watch. And I really like where it's going, and the stuff that happened on SmackDown to continue it was awesome. And yeah, I thought, even though Sami Zayn is a dude who could eat a loss like nobody's business, and then just still be over as all get out and not have any momentum lost at all, it was cool that he got, this big dude that WWE obviously likes a lot. Yep. That Sami was able to get a win over him at a pay-per-view. So yeah, that's how I feel. I thought it was a decent match. I thought a lot of good storytelling and stuff, and I just, nothing to complain about. So.
All right, next match we have is the Welcoming Committee. That's what I'm going to call them. Versus, I'm going to call them by name because I saw it on Twitter and I loved it. The Power Tough Girls.
Yes.
The Power Tough Girls. Charlotte,
yes.
Becky Lynch, and Naomi. What were your thoughts about the match and everything?
First of all, I approve. I like it. Yeah. From now on, yeah, that's what they are. The Welcoming Committee and the Power Tough Girls. I like it. I thought the match was fine. Not bad at all. The Welcoming Committee won. I thought they would. Nobody else did, except for you, I think.
Yep, I did.
Because you were like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the faces, and then I said my piece, and then you were like, nah, you raised a good point. Yeah, it's the Welcoming Committee that's gonna win. Absolutely. Didn't like Becky Lynch's like mohawk hairdo. That was weird. Like, first off, she had dreads at WrestleMania, and now she has this like, rooster like mohawk weird hair. That was weird.
I think I saw somebody on Twitter say one step closer to Sheamus status. That's what I saw.
That is never something that should be said. He's the ball to a gorgeous woman. Yeah. 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 She's very pretty, but that hairstyle was not becoming of her. yeah, I enjoyed it. Not, it was good to see Tamina in action. She she looked like a Bond villain, or she looked like a Baroness from from GI Joe. It was a cool cool getup she had, and I enjoyed it. Not really nothing overly spectacular, but nothing to complain about really. I think.
I love James Ellsworth. Um, I know he can sometimes botch some things,
Mm-hmm.
but he's like, all right, all you sausages, because I'm the Michael Jordan of sports entertainment. And then he introduced Carmella. Just in Chicago, I thought that was pretty brilliant. But yeah, it was a serviceable match. There was an ode to the New Day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with the Unicorn Stampede in the corner when the welcoming committee got in on that. They kept kicking and whatnot. So anyway, I was really surprised with the sharpshooter though, to Becky and then Becky tapping.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a little weird, but
Yeah.
other than that,
I personally I personally would have had Tamina to kind of, since she's been out for a while
Yes.
and she's just back. I personally would have had her look really strong and had her get a pretty deciding pin over, Becky or,
one of them, not Naomi.
Yeah,
I guess
not
Becky is the one that
not Naomi, not the champ.
Yeah, Naomi was the one, or no, Becky was the one who needed to get.
But yeah, I think Becky was the one who wouldn't have been hurt by it, but I thought Charlotte and Naomi would have. Charlotte not as much, but yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, nothing really to complain about at all. I thought it was pretty decent. So, now we have the match that I was most looking forward to. We have the United States of America champion Kevin Owens, the face of America, and the builder of the house that is SmackDown Live, the phenomenal AJ Styles, for the United States Championship. First of all, I just thought it was funny. I just noticed at this pay-per-view and then on SmackDown that Kevin was walking around his face on the stage. I thought that was hilarious.
Yep.
So, this match, what did you think?
It was a good beginner. It was a good 1 out of 3. Apparently that wasn't very good, huh?
It's dark chocolate.
Oh.
And I don't really care for dark chocolate that much.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah, sorry. He was just ate a cookie.
It's not that bad. It's really not, but
okay.
Didn't expect it to be dark chocolate. Anyway, sorry, folks. Jeremy, go on.
Yeah, it was a good beginner match. There wasn't anything too spectacular. The ending was good. I really enjoyed the ending a lot, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
The whole working of the leg, it told a really, really good story. And then, the thing that happened at the leg with the count out, and then KO comes over and super kicks him.
Mm-hmm.
That part I really, really enjoyed. But it's a good beginner match. It's a good setup match. Didn't hate it. I wanted to see more.
Mm-hmm.
What were your thoughts?
Everything you just said. I enjoyed it too. Yeah, I feel like they have a lot more they can do, and that they probably will end up doing against each other, hopefully. Yeah, I'd like to go back and try to find some of their indie matches that they've done. I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did some in Ring of Honor or PWG or something. But yeah, I liked the storytelling that they did with the way AJ got his foot caught, and he just did a great job of that, of selling his leg injury and then just falling down into the hole in the thing, and then having it look like the wires were all.
Yep.
I don't know how he did that so well. It was pretty well done. It's a good ending that protects both guys, and yeah, it was pretty decent. A lot of good. They're hitting all their good high spots, and it was just great. Yeah. It did leave me wanting more, but in a good way.
Yep.
And I thought the way they ended it, like I said, protected both guys, and made sense. Good story stuff. So.
All right. Second to last match of the night, the buffer match, if you will. Luke Harper versus Eric Rowan. What were your thoughts?
First off, this should have gone on first.
Yep.
Should not have been the co-main event, if you will. It was okay. It was not that great. It was not that good. It wasn't overly bad. It was. These guys had a good match on TV. I don't know, within the past 3 weeks. I can't remember when, but yeah, I don't know. Like they just looked kind of sluggish and tired after a while. Like they were kind of lumbering and they were kind of slow. Like I get it, they're really big dudes. I think they're both like 6'8" or something crazy.
Yeah,
Like they're both, they're both big beefy guys. So I get that, but yeah, it's just kind of, I don't know. There's something off about it. So
Yeah, the only thing I'm happy about is that Luke wins.
hmm
I think Luke is better.
yeah,
However, what they're doing with Eric is interesting.
hmm
There was that moment where he gets thrown into the corner and he goes and starts looking at the mask and trying to get power from it or something.
yeah,
I think apparently he does it twice. But also at the end, apparently not on SmackDown, unless it was on SmackDown, I didn't see it, but on their YouTube page, they do a vignette of Eric. They've been doing this lately with Eric, where it's just random and weird things, and it's just him walking back and forth. That's all it's doing. And so I don't know what they're planning for him. I'm interested, but I'm excited that Luke won. Other than that, the match wasn't anything
Nope.
to write home about.
All right. So now we go on to the polarizing main event. We have the Viper Randy Orton versus the Maharaja Jinder Mahal with the Singh brothers in his corner for the WWE Championship. Jeremy, your thoughts on the match and, of course, the outcome.
I love that Randy attacked him.
Before?
Yeah, I thought that was the best way to start this match, the best way to start this story that they're getting ready to tell. And so with Randy attacking him before the bell, and then it gets in the ring, and they stop him for a little bit, and then they
I loved, just real quick to kind of, because you're talking about, the way he just kind of like backed up, and then casually threw the threw the championship belt to the ref, and then just run over and started. He did something like that to Sheamus back in like 2010 or 2011, where he was WWE champion then. And him and Sheamus are, they were in a feud, and they're talking smack back and forth in the ring, and then he does that. He just kind of throws the championship up, and then Sheamus catches it, and then when he looks back up from the championship, he just eats an RKO. It was pretty awesome, man. So it kind of reminded me of that, the way he just casually walked back, walked backwards, and then just threw the belt up, and then just ran over and started pummeling shit. I liked that too. That was awesome.
I think that was probably my favorite thing. I thought it was a good physical bout.
Mm-hmm.
My second favorite thing about the whole match is Randy almost killing one of the Singh brothers, and then Randy knowing about it.
Yeah, like his face.
He looked back and saw him. It was just like, oh, he almost killed him. And then the funniest part to me was he started doing that, and then he started to try to sell his back.
Yeah.
Using the same face, and it's like, no, Randy, you thought you killed a man. That's what happened.
I know.
You thought you hurt somebody. It's not your back. Don't do that.
It was funny.
But
he tried to like phase the surprised, scared face into like the hurting face. Yeah. It was pretty funny.
I mean, I thought the same thing. I saw that before. I saw.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he like threw him too hard, or if the dude like over rotated too much. Like if he moved too much.
I couldn't tell.
I don't know what it was. I don't know if Randy did it too hard, or if the guy like tried to go too hard and rotated too much, or if it was both. If it was both of them, like, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, he just kind of dropped him like right on his neck, and yeah, you see that look on his face of just like, uh-oh.
Yeah, and gratefully the guy wasn't hurt.
Yeah,
one of the Singh brothers wasn't hurt. And I'm not gonna be able to tell them apart either, but it was an okay match, and I think they did everything possible to make the crowd okay that Jinder won. You know what I mean? Like, people aren't going to be okay that Jinder won for a lot of reasons, and some of the reasons that Jinder said, keep saying. But yeah, it was good. It was okay. I'm fine with Jinder winning. And to be honest, him with the title, he looks like he needs to have that title. Like, he physically, he looks like he deserves that title.
Good notch in his belt.
Yeah, and so when people are all crazy about, well, that's the same belt that Hogan and blah 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 blah, who cares? I mean, I understand that logic. I understand what they're saying, but they're trying to tell a story. And if this story is something that needs to be told and can be told, and Jinder is good with telling it, let it go. Let him tell the story. And so far, yeah, have there been a little bit of cracks in his talking. Yeah, but he's doing the best he can. And you know, when Vince comes to you and says, "Hey, I got a story. This is what we're going to do," and a wrestler actually picks up the torch and runs with it, like Jinder's doing, he deserves the title. He deserves whatever they're doing with him. And so far, Jinder has done that, and I applaud him for it personally. What are your thoughts about the match?
Yeah, I thought the match was good, physical match, good, a lot of good spots both guys had. Wasn't boring, which was good. But yeah, I mean, it seems like both guys are totally game for this, and that's a good thing. And so yeah, I really thought it was good. I just thought there was, you know, I didn't think there was a snowball's chance that the Jinder would win. And you know, I listened to. Did you listen to his? The Talk Is Jericho podcast?
I've read excerpts from it.
It's fantastic. Like, seriously, I listened to it last weekend when I drove down south. I listened to it when I was coming back home, and yeah, I'm just like, wow. Like, I was always indifferent towards Jinder. I didn't have any feelings at all. And then after listening to that, I was like, man, I like Jinder. I want to hang out with him, you know, and stuff like you know, it was that. And so because of, you know, listening to the podcast and kind of quote unquote getting to know him, I'm totally happy for the guy. You know, I totally am. Like all the stuff with, you know, the What Culture guys, like seriously, Jinder, like Hogan and Austin had that belt, and now Jinder has that belt. Like this, like, you know, it's not going to be a blight on the WWE Wikipedia page.
Yep.
Okay, it's not. Like, this is a storyline, you know, thing. You know, this is all part of a storyline. Like, you know, it's
and business, but who cares?
And business, yeah.
If Jinder is doing what he's supposed to be doing and doing what Vince asked him to do, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, like, so yeah, I was just like I was super surprised when it happened. Yeah. I was just like, no way. And it did a good job because it gets a lot of heel heat for him.
Yep.
Somebody defaced his Wikipedia page in a very funny but disrespectful way. Nothing racist, so there's that.
Yeah, there is that.
I was just like it was like, wow, that is very childish, but also it's funny and it wasn't racist, so
yeah,
we're making strides, I guess. But and yeah, like, as the biggest Randy Orton fan, you know, ever, like, yeah, I was like totally cool. I was like, right on, and I'm sure Randy wasn't trying to politic, like, oh, come on, dude, don't take the belt. Like, I've just had the belt for like a month and a half. Come on, like, I'm sure he's at the point right now where he wants to, you know, I feel like he's, you know, not gonna do any of that. I mean, and I've never heard of any instance where that happened with him. Like, we've heard of instances where that's happened with other people. You know, like even Cena to a degree has, you know, done that, and obviously Triple H and Shawn Michaels Hogan were famous for doing that all the time. But I've never heard of an instance where Randy's done it. So, you know, I think he seems like he was totally game for this. And
yeah, and one of the things wrestling fans need to understand is this is a business.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can imagine that Randy won the title because, you know, he was game for getting destroyed by Brock Lesnar, getting beaten up and bloodied and concussed by Brock Lesnar. And so I can imagine this being a thank you for your service.
Mm-hmm.
Jinder is kind of that similar thing. WWE is trying to bust into the growing wrestling market in India. What better way to do it when you have 3 from Indian descent? Yes, Jinder is Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pull that out there.
Ethnically, he's Indian, but he was born in Canada.
Yeah.
So.
And so let's just throw that out there. And you know, if they're game for it, I think we as fans should be okay with it. You know, if they're not.
Yeah.
They're
boo him. Racist. Yeah, boo him. Get into the storyline. He's a bad guy.
Yes.
But.
And it's old school heat.
Yeah, it
is.
This
is like when Sergeant Slaughter turned on America.
Yeah, during the Gulf War. Yeah.
Yeah, this is that. This is everybody hating Iron Sheik. This is old school heat, and we have not seen
like
that.
Nikita Koloff, Ivan Volkov. You know, oh, the big bad Russian bad guy kind of thing. Yeah.
And we haven't seen that in such a long that in a good way in such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just Jinder is our champion. Jinder is the WWE champion, whether you like it or not. And the whole business side of it, we have to understand that they're doing this for a business thing. I think that's the reason why they do a lot of their decisions, and so we'll see where it goes. He'll probably lose it at some point, if not at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I think Randy will get it back, but yeah, like I said, I don't hate it, and especially after listening to the podcast this week, because I didn't watch Backlash live like I wanted to. I watched it the next day on Monday, but yeah, I listened to the podcast with Jericho and Jinder on Saturday afternoon, and I really enjoyed it. And I was like, man, like I really like Jinder. He just seemed like a really cool guy, like I said. And so I'm totally happy for him, because that's awesome. Because the only other Indian champion we've had was Great Khali, and he didn't hold the WWE Championship. He held the World Heavyweight Championship, the old WCW belt. And so yeah, that's totally cool, and like you said, it is old school heat, and stuff like that, which is kind of neat. But yeah, I just hope it doesn't go too far. I hope people realize this is a storyline. Like he's a character. Like don't stoop to any kind of stereotypical American level. Yeah. So yeah, Jinder is the champion. If you don't like it, oh well.
Oh well.
Put your big boy pants on.
Grow up.
And stuff, So, yeah. So, like, I know so many people were just going crazy about it, which is funny, but yeah, he is the WWE Championship. Yeah. So, that was WWE Backlash. Jeremy, out of 5 Broken Skull IPAs, what do you give it?
I give it a solid 3.75. I wanted to give it 4, but there were a couple things I didn't really care. It wasn't the Jinder thing.
Mm-hmm.
I give Tyler Breeze rolling on the floor a 5 because that was fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, what would you give it?
I'd give it a 3.5 also. Stuff that was good about it was good. There was nothing overly spectacular. So just solid 3.5.
Right on.
From me. So, all right. Well, I guess we can jump right into Monday Night Raw and the SmackDowns. Gonna speed through these as quick as possible.
Yep. All right. So Raw. We're getting ready for Extreme Rules, and they were pumping that real hard on
Extreme.
Yeah, Extreme Rules.
What is this? 1998? Like
Extreme.
And
on the Hulu version, every match that they had set up, or seemed to set up.
And that's only 2 weeks away.
I know.
We just had a pay-per-view and it's
and I'm fine
2
with
weeks
it.
away. I'm so pumped.
I'm fine with it. I'm super stoked for Extreme Rules too. However, SmackDown made me super pumped for Men in Black because it's MITV. It's MITV. Anyway.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank.
I get you.
And so, Caleb, what were your thoughts on Raw this week?
Once again, I thought Raw was pretty decent. They've kind of been finding a good stride with Raw. I like Kurt Angle as even though he messed up and called him Finn Balor at the end. That was kind of like you should know the names of the people, bro, and stuff. But yeah, I mean that's the only time he said that. Like he said Finn Balor all the other times, but this one time he just messed up like that. But yeah, he's doing a good job. Glad they got him to do all that. The opening I really liked. I loved Bray Wyatt. Gosh, I just blinked on his name.
Yeah, Bray.
I liked Bray's opener. I loved what he was saying. How all these people were slaves to the beast, and that they will stand up and stuff like that, and he'll beat Brock Lesnar and stuff like that, and called out Roman, and then Roman just comes out and didn't say much, just said some really short, concise, cool sounding stuff, and
he actually got a huge pop.
Yeah.
And I think that was mostly Bray doing what he was doing to get that pop. Later on, we get the other chance, but
yeah, and Blah, 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 blah. Ah,
Sorry, I didn't
but,
mean to stop your
no, it's okay. It was my fault. I started talking before I gathered all my thoughts. Like sometimes I'll open my mouth and not even know where the sentence is going. But yeah, completely just lost it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
Bray Wyatt coming out, and then everybody coming
blah,
out.
blah, 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 Roman. What happened with Roman?
Roman comes out.
Golly. There's something, man.
Go and run your mouth.
Yeah.
Do it to my face.
Yeah, they're back and forth, short, simple, to the point and all that. And they had a good feud back in 2015, culminating, which reached its apex in a Hell in a Cell match, which I made you watch with me one time.
Mm-hmm.
It's an awesome match. It's actually one of my all-time favorites. It's just really, really good. These guys work well together. They seem like good foils, and so they really are. And so I enjoyed that, and then all the other guys came out, stuff like that. Really enjoyed. I liked the thing with Finn Balor and Paul Heyman. I thought that was good. I like that he had that dig at Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's not here. Surprise, surprise. I like that. I thought that was a cool dig in at Brock, who's just never here. It's like it's just like, dude, come on, we're putting the belt on you. Like I said, just one Raw month. Come on, just squash somebody. Seriously. Anyways, so I'm getting Paul was saying, I know a thing or two about Extreme, which started the EC Dub chants and stuff like that, and he was saying how you are the most intriguing matchup for Brock Lesnar, which yeah, I want to see Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe for sure. That would be awesome too. But I think Finn and Brock,
even Brock Bray would be fun.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, because I think just because Finn, his character is just such a tough, resilient guy. I think that it could work with him and Lesnar. And so yeah, I liked that. I liked that whole thing with. And then who came out during that segment? Somebody else came out.
Finn?
Yeah, Finn and Heyman. Didn't somebody else come out?
The club came out.
Yeah. Because he had the match with Anderson and stuff, which was good. I thought that was cool that they're finally having some interaction on screen. And so that was cool. Anyways, I'm kind of drawing a blank on anything else that happened, so I'm going to turn it over to you, and then I'll chime in with anything else that I remember.
Yeah. My thoughts on the opener was Bray does such a tremendous job on the promo. This was my favorite promo that I've seen him do. He built up every one of the opponents just to tear them down. And the sad thing is Bray deserves more championships.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's been said by everybody who enjoys wrestling. The dude is talented, both in the ring and out of the ring. This is my favorite promo he's ever cut. It was so impassionate. Part of me wonders if he did this promo in order to get the Universal title shot. That he's just I'm gonna go out there and say what I want and say the truth, because he does deserve it. And the language he used, he painted such a great picture of very Paul Heyman-esque. Because he painted the picture of Brock as the Beast, and I'm the only one who can slay the Beast. You guys are all slaves to the Beast, but you'll soon be liberated. That kind of stuff. It was very, very poetic in a sense. I sacrificed Seth, I sacrificed Joe. So yeah, his stuff was really, really well done. And then Roman comes out and was really good. Roman did a decent job. I would rather see, instead of what sounds like it's going to be Bray and Finn, I would rather see Roman and Bray, and then Finn and Brock. I'd like to see that feud.
And then maybe do a switch.
Yeah, and then eventually do a switch. If they're continuing to go with their plan at the end of
which I don't hate. I would like to see a true a full-on true just Brock versus Roman.
Yeah. Because
the Seth Rollins cash in at WrestleMania 2 years ago. But and that match before the cash in was amazing. It was pretty good. But anyways.
Yeah, no, you're As far as the matches go, everything that they did was serviceable. Everything they did was fine. I liked when Roman and Seth were in the back, and Kurt comes up and it's like, "Hey, this isn't over yet. It'll be Seth and Roman versus Bray and Joe," and then the Drifter comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, "You got my attention. How about I give you a shot?"
Yeah.
And so the match between Elias Sampson and Dean, was okay. Elias got some really good shots.
Mm-hmm.
There were some really hard-hitting things that he did. But then, obviously, that match was a setup for more Miz and Dean stuff, which is fine. Whatever. Yeah, there's some really good shots in that. You're right. The whole Finn Balor and Paul Heyman coming out to paint the picture that the Finn isn't a victim. All these other people have been a victim. You're not a victim. You're no underdog. I see you coming. The Balor Club sees you coming. Finn Balor, I believe in my heart that you are the most talented performer in the WWE ring today. I believed him when he said that stuff. Like, I believe Paul believes Finn is one of the better wrestlers. And he's like, he turns it around and he says, "You believe that he will be Finn Balor's victim." Of all the possibilities at Extreme Rules, like you said, I'm most intrigued about the Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor. And so that makes me think that since they have isolated Finn this time, that maybe Finn is going to win the Extreme Rules, or at least that's what they think.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine, because you put Brock up, because they have so much time from now until next WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
You put Finn, the smallest guy, against Brock Lesnar. He gets him out of the way. Then you put Seth Rollins and Brock. Then you put all these guys up against each other, and then it has to be because Roman beat him finally at WrestleMania. Like, that's a good setup. That's a decent way to set things up.
It would be a good way to set it up.
But I'm super looking forward to the Fatal 5-Way.
I know, I can't either. And I liked that Finn, when he was talking, like, he said Fatal 5-Way, and he just goes, and he's like, Fatal 5, oops, Fatal 5-Way, like, and he smirks, and then he goes, oops, Fatal 5-Way. Like, it was funny.
That's funny. Yeah, Finn is doing better at promos, so I really do appreciate
like,
that.
gosh, like, it's one of those things where it's like, when I see him, like, in that jacket, I'm just like, man, he cuts a very dashing figure. Like I'm not gay, but I get it. Like,
yeah, he's a good-looking dude.
Like,
but my favorite thing of the whole night is Alexa Bliss.
Yes, I forgot about that completely. Don't know how.
I was sad that they moved her from SmackDown to Raw. Now I'm not. Like, every week she comes out or is in the back and cuts a really decent promo. The match versus Mickie James was good.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow, the way they're selling the kendo stick with online pictures of their back. Like, I don't know if that's doctored or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but
it looks legit. Like, it's pretty
does.
good.
Like, the way she hits, like, that 5-foot woman. I don't want to be hit by with a kendo stick by her.
I wouldn't want to be hit by her. Like,
no, not at all. Like,
she's only 5 foot, but she's jacked, man. Like, yeah.
I'm super stoked for this match. Like,
me too.
Even though it's a kendo stick on a pole match, dumb. I'm excited about this match because I want to see what happens with Bayley and Alexa. I hope this feud continues. I actually hope that Alexa keeps the belt at Extreme Rules and then eventually will lose it down the road. But I think they need to keep Alexa and Bayley right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way better story than Sasha Bayley right now, in my opinion. I
agree.
I know the WWE, at least Vince, is not high on Sasha right now at all.
Really?
They don't like her. I don't know why. They just don't. Or at least Vince doesn't. So as far as everything goes, my favorite thing was Alexa. My second favorite thing is what happens at the end because it was different. I don't remember them ever doing something like this where you get done with the match and you think that it's all over,
mm-hmm.
but then you go in the back and it's Kurt Angle and Finn Balor, and they ended on Finn being like, I want a match. I want a match against these two. I should have had a match.
Mm-hmm.
And then so the next week we get Samoa Joe versus Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor, unless it's Samoa Joe and Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor.
I think he said it was a triple threat.
Triple threat.
I'm pretty sure he said it was a triple threat.
Looking forward to that match next week.
Mm-hmm.
And interested to see what Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns will be.
Me too. Like, both of these matches, when he said them, I'm just like, dude, sweet. Because now the two teams are going to be facing each other.
Yeah.
You know? But with the other team, now we got Finn Balor in the mix too. So, yeah, like, it's totally rad.
So, even though it was weird, because I think Kurt was a little off.
He might have been tired. Like,
Could have been.
He's getting older. He might have been tired.
And I don't know. I'm not going to, be like, Kurt, retire, but...
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
It was an interesting, weird way to end,
Mm-hmm.
but I liked it. And so those are my favorite things. There wasn't any duds.
I liked where he was just like, man, I'm a good GM.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was funny.
That's true.
I'm a good GM. It's like, wow, conceded much, Kurt? I just love that. I'm a good GM.
But yeah, there wasn't anything that, at least on the Hulu version, that I hated. There is a theory out there. Apparently, Enzo was attacked in the back.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the theory?
No.
Apparently, in one of the shots with, I think, Sasha
Mm-hmm.
in the back, the revival was seen.
Yeah.
And their people are coming out like, oh, it was just an accident. They didn't really mean to shoot it. But I'm like, WWE is better about that.
Yeah, they're smarter than we give them credit for.
Yeah,
I
think it's the revival.
They're a lot more clever than we think, yeah.
I think it's a revival. I think the revival are set to come back soon.
I think that'd be a good feud for both of them, Revival and Enzo and Cass. It'd be sweet. So, what, you get ready to close out? Anything else you want to bring up about
Nothing
it?
about Raw that I can think of.
Yeah, thought it was pretty good. Can't wait to watch next week. Next week's Raw, and can't wait to see see Extreme Rules. I think that'll be pretty good.
Out of 5 Stone Cold IPAs, what would you give it?
I can't decide if I want to go to 3.5 or a 4.
I don't know.
It was really good. Like,
It was.
It was really good, and I'm just going to cave in and go ahead and give it a 4 just because it intrigued me so much to watch. Get me even more excited for Extreme Rules than I was, and got me super, super stoked for next week because of the 2 matches we have. Because now that Roman and Seth are both baby faces, to see them go against each other in a match will be really intriguing to see, and all that. So, yeah.
Yep, I give it 3.75.
Split the difference.
Because I don't want to give it a 4. It was a good show, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't a 4. It was really, really close. Like you said, a lot better than previous weeks. Last week was good, but a lot better than that. So anyway, that is our Raw review. Now let's get into a SmackDown Live.
All right, money, because it is Shane O'Mac's show. Jeremy, Money in the Bank, kick us off. What did you think about everything that happened on the on SmackDown Live? Everything that happened.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. The opening stuff was really, really fun. Outside of, you get the opener with Jinder and the Singh brothers arrive. That was really, really well done with the police escort and stuff. I really enjoyed that. And then when Shane O'Mac got into the ring, it's like, hey, this is what Money in the Bank is going to be. I'm like, it's a month away, and they've already got a match ready for it, which is exciting. Maybe they're a little bit more on their game, and so we get Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal at Money in the Bank, which will be interesting to see how they lead up to that, or if they do any lead up to that. We get AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn versus Dolph Ziggler versus Kevin Owens. Like, that was cool how they incorporated that, where Kevin came out before Dolph was like, wait, you're not going to be in it, and then Kevin kind of worms his way into to being the 6th participant. I put 5th there, but no, Shinsuke's the 5th, and Shinsuke Nakamura is in that, and so I thought that was really well done. Shinsuke on the mic was good. I like that AJ calls KO Eric Cartman.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Yeah, WWE's Eric Cartman. Yeah, that was good.
And Baron Corbin calling Sami Zayn Rudy. Like, I love that because we have made that movie like so high up there, when the reality is everything that Baron said is exactly what Rudy was about. Like, Rudy should not have had a movie made after him.
Yeah.
Let's not hype this. Baron Corbin.
Like Joe Montana. Joe Montana even played with the real Rudy at Notre Dame and said that he was a big jerk.
Yeah, he's not a good guy. And so when Baron Corbin says that, it's like, Amen. I'm glad you're speaking truth, Corbin, because that was I just put good lines. Everything he said about Rudy was great.
Yeah.
Sad that Sami Zayn was the brunt of that, but
yeah. I liked KO where Baron started talking, and then you just hear KO go, shut up, Corbin, just shut the hell up, like he just like freaked out on him. He's like, just shut up, like that was so funny.
It's like, and then Dolph's like, you need to shut up, brother. I don't know why I said brother, but anyway, yeah, and then Shinsuke takes the mic from Dolph, and Shinsuke had some really great lines on Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, it says, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Shinsuke Nakamura, but you can call me Mr. Money in the Bank. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was really good stuff there. The girls' match was really good. The stuff happens after Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin needed to happen with the fight taken out. Like, it was a super quick match, and Corey and I were watching it together.
Yeah, it was just a fluke win, yeah.
Corey and I were watching it together, and she's like, that was quick! Like, she was just like, what is going on? I think my favorite thing outside of the, I'll let you talk about that, the fashion files, was Shinsuke and AJ in the back.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, tonight, Shinsuke's line, tonight we are a team, but at Money in the Bank, I'm grabbing the case and turning your house into my playground. And he gives a smile and he walks away. And it's like, that is awesome.
That was great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I thought that was cool, them in the back. You know, it's cool to see them finally interacting. Yes. AJ and Shinsuke. I'm glad that they're finally interacting together or something like that. And I'm glad that they're, not retconning their history. I'm glad that it's like, you and me go way back to Japan and stuff like that. So, I'm glad that they're referencing all that.
So those were my favorite parts. I even thought the Jinder Mahal's Punjabi championship celebration was good. I thought that was pretty decent. There wasn't anything that I hated.
Me neither.
I even liked.
My only thing was no Randy Orton in any capacity, which was weird.
That was
like that was weird that just like there was that he just wasn't there in any capacity. So that was kind of weird. Like I was hoping he would, like I don't know, like come out from under the ring and like RKO Jinder like during the celebration or something, But yeah, he really wasn't there in any capacity. So that was about the only complaint. But yeah, other than all the stuff that happened, yeah, I didn't hate any of it.
Yeah, I think the only. Where was I going with that?
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I even like what they did with Breezango and the Usos, like having them do individual matches, and then like I don't know, and then having the ref go over and be like, "Hey, can we do this? Get on the mic or whatever."
Yeah.
And them making a rematch. I thought that was kind of cool, different and cool. What about you? What were your likes and dislikes?
Yeah, the Fashion Files was great. I loved that they were talking to. The commissioner, like he was the commissioner of police. That was funny. He's like, all right, we'll give you our guns. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And then it's just these little squirt guns. Like, that was great. Like, just the whole Fashion Files thing was absolutely hilarious. Like, that might be my favorite one. It was just hilarious. And I love this. Bernice pulls his pants down. Like, no, okay, keep those on and stuff. Like, yeah, that was just fantastic and stuff like that. And all the stuff that happened with them and the Usos was funny.
I like the line, their day was a little more H than
ours. Yeah. Yeah, their day one was just more H than ours. Like, yeah, that was funny. Yeah, that was good. I liked that. But yeah, and then I liked when they were in the ring and Jimmy Uso was talking smack to Tyler Breeze, and then Breezango was on the other side of the ring squirting him in the back of the head with the squirt. That was just hilarious. Like it reminded me of in How I Met Your Mother where Barney is doing his one-man show, and he just crouches down over the chair and starts shooting Lily in the face with his squirt gun. And yeah, that was just great. Like that killed me. Like I was dying laughing at that. That was great. And yeah, it was. It stunk that they both won the individual matches. Then we had an impromptu championship match and they lost, which stunk. But like I don't know. I still feel like this isn't over. This feud, like
it just depends on what they do with New Day. If this is a placeholder or what.
Yeah, like
I hope not.
I hope not. It just feels like there's more to be told, and so but what happened was good. I really really enjoyed it, and yeah, like yeah, I don't know, and I just still love the Usos double super kick. I still like that. It's really cool. I think
it's better than the Young Bucks. I will go ahead and say that.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say I think a Young Bucks Usos match would be totally killer, and yeah, it's funny because people are like, and then Randy, he had the Twitter feud with all the indie wrestlers and stuff. That was funny how he was just like, I'm just gonna be sitting here pretty on my 13th title reign, and then you guys can, do all your flips and super kicks all you want or whatever, because yeah, super kicks just too many people do super kicks, way too many, and like I like the super kick, it's cool, but yeah, too many people do it, like I think Dolph Ziggler because he pays homage to Shawn Michaels, and then the Usos did double super kick. I think other than that, people should stop with the super kicks.
Supermodel kick.
Okay.
But it's done in a way like him putting the person in I like it.
I forgot about that. Yeah, the supermodel kick's good too. But yeah, so yeah, that was good. All that stuff, and then yeah, I liked the celebration. I liked that Jinder's bringing all that heat and stuff like that. I thought that was good. Him and Randy will have a rematch at Money in the Bank, and yeah, the opener with all the Money in the Bank guys, you're absolutely right, was awesome. That was great. They just all got their digs in and stuff like that, and that was good. You're absolutely right. The Rudy thing was amazing. I'm curious to find out if Baron, like, because he played football, like if he thought of that and was like, or what. But yeah, it's good. Yeah, they're already setting up, planting seeds for Money in the Bank, which is a month away. But
at least have
but it's
two.
But they're doing such a great job of it, and yeah, the main event I really enjoyed with AJ and Shinsuke teaming up against what was it, Dolph and KO, right?
Yep.
Absolutely enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Those four guys together in a tag team match was awesome, and I thought it was cool that and then AJ and Shinsuke kind of celebrated and then faced off. So just so excited for so much stuff that can happen. Like SmackDown was just amazing.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was great.
And you're right about the end. It was nice seeing AJ showing respect to his old friend.
Mm-hmm.
You're here. You're in the same ring as me, and not like in a jerky way. Just I'm glad you're here type thing. He gets up in the middle of he gets up on one of the turnbuckles and
just sits down and lets him do his thing. Yeah.
And then he gets up and
mm-hmm.
faces it. That was really cool in shot. A picture of things to hopefully come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would also still, of course, like to see John Cena and Shinsuke. I think that would just be so awesome.
It'd be interesting.
Or maybe a three-way, between those three guys. The face of WWE, the face of TNA, and the face of New Japan.
That would be killer.
Colliding. That would be a WrestleMania main event, I tell you.
I tell you.
Yeah, I can tell you.
I tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. So, out of 5 Stone Cold IPAs, what would you get?
Yeah, SmackDown for me gets 4.5. Easy. For all the things I just said, like it was great, man. It was fantastic. 4.5, easy.
I give it a 4. It was great. It wasn't spectacular. There was a lot of fun things. Shinsuke gets a 4.5 for me too, just because of his lines. And I know it's going to be harder for people to understand him, and that's sad. But his lines were so well delivered.
Mm-hmm.
I give the Rudy line a 5. Baron Corbin, well done. So yeah, that's what I give it.
All right, cool. Well, you heard it here. This week's wrestling, 4 straight days of the graps, and it was good. Go back, watch NXT TakeOver Chicago, watch Backlash, and also, if you haven't already, tune in to Raw and SmackDown. They're both really good shows. Well, anything else before we close this out?
I'm awesome.
Oh, really?
Awesome! Sorry. Nope, I got nothing else.
Well, I came to play, so.
See what you did there.
Yeah.
Where's Lana? Come on, Lana. Come on.
I know. Hashtag raunchy chair lady given the same gig. I don't know. I can never read the whole thing when he puts it in his videos. I can never read the whole hashtag when he does.
Yeah.
It's like it's like raunchy chair lady does the thing that Emma was supposed or something.
Yeah.
And I can never read the whole thing. And for some reason I never pause it and read it. But anyways, well that has been this episode of WWPWW. We will come to you next week where we will talk more about the graps and everything that happened. And well, I guess
Are we doing
can
predictions for
not next week.
Not next week.
No, I think 2 weeks.
Is it 2 weeks? I don't remember.
I don't know.
What is next? Oh, Extreme Rules.
Extreme Rules is next, and it's 2 weeks from
this next coming Sunday.
I don't know if it's 2 weeks from last Sunday or 2 weeks from this coming Sunday.
Well, it's coming up.
So it's coming up. So we'll have to keep the ear to the ground and figure all that out.
Yeah.
So
many pay-per-views.
I know. It's simultaneously good and hectic. It is. So yep, coming up on the 1 year anniversary of the brand split and the 1 year anniversary of this podcast. Crazy. 10 months we've been doing this, which is ridiculous. All right, folks, we will catch you next week. This is Caleb.
This is Jeremy.
Signing off.
Run.